you lose credibility when you say 2,977 people died is less of an event than one person dying on J6.
No. That's not.
When you say that, you've already.
That's not. You're manipulating what I said, twisting it. What I said was January 6th was a more severe attack on the United States.
So there you have Steve Schmuck or Schmidt or Swamp Creature or Steve Never Trumper, whatever you want to call the guy. Steve Schmidt over here is the founder of the Lincoln Project, which is a campaign against former President Donald Trump. This man, Steve Schmidt, credits himself as one of the big contributors to dethroning Donald Trump back in 2020.
How do you measure worse? There's got to be data. You said you're a data guy. Data says one event we lost nearly 3,000 people. One event we lost one.
We lost.
The average person, they're going to say, of course, 3,000 is going to be worse.
Because
than
I
one.
guess I'm counting the 600,000 that died in the American Civil War, and I'm counting the 405,000 that died in the Second World War. And I'm counting the 50,000.
He's counting people that died in war.
And I'm counting the 58,000 that died in the Vietnam War. And I'm counting.
Imagine an argument where you're gonna count every death in the history of the world
that were desecrated
and blame it on Donald
day,
Trump,
incited by a single man who assaulted the Constitution of the United States.
Imagine that.
We were attacked by a foreign enemy on September 11th of 2001. The casualties were horrendous, as they were on December 7th of 1941. But the attack on January 6th was more severe also than the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Well, some would call it attack, but from the videos that we saw, Steve, from Twitter and just undercover cameras, it didn't look like an attack. If somebody
are you talking about?
I'm just talking about all the videos that we've seen, the undercover.
What do you mean all the videos?
All the videos on Twitter.
Well, all the videos on Twitter?
Yeah, hold on.
Are you guys going to really sit here and tell me that the attack on January 6th didn't happen? That the violence, the bludgeoning of the police officers didn't happen?
He's making a straw man there. Nobody's saying it didn't happen, bro.
Steve, I'll give you I'll give you my opinion, and then you could talk. First of all,
it's not an opinion.
Hold on.
It's not an opinion. It's a bullshit
conspiracy. I'm not only a fucking New Yorker, I'm a veteran. For you, time out. Yeah. My sister's a veteran. My brother's a veteran. He's a veteran. For you to listen to me, for you to say that January 6th compared to 9/11 is that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Hold on, let me finish. Number one, it wasn't an attack. It looked like a guided tour. Okay, that's what it.
You're a nut.
Are you? Yeah, you ain't right.
Yeah. He looked like a guided tour.
A guided tour.
You think
it looked like one?
Beating the cops.
What?
With all the violence.
Who died? Ashley Babbitt, a veteran, they shot. The Capitol Police shot her ass. Where the is that guy getting in trouble? You're just upset because Donald Trump said, you know what, they probably cheated. You don't think he has a leg to stand on that they did it in 2016? Hillary, Russia, FBI, colluded. Are you how are we crazy, Steve? How are we crazy?
I mean, this is going to be on video, so I mean, you're going to speak for yourself.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. Yeah. 19 terrorists took 4 commercial flights, crashed them in the World Trade, crashed them in the Pentagon.
Yeah, it doesn't even compare.
Yeah. Okay, and you're saying that, and we've
January
lost,
6th, a riot.
For how many decades of wars? We've lost over 1 million people from the Iraq War, which is all bullshit. All a lie. 1 million people.
We lost 1 million Americans in the Iraq War?
We lost 1 million people,
we killed people because we said there was weapons of mass destruction. We lied.
It was a cause and effect.
Oh, yeah, there's weapons of mass destruction there. There was no weapons of mass destruction, but we were like, oh, we changed the name since we're here, enduring freedom, which is bullshit, okay? So as a veteran, as an American, as a New Yorker, for you to say that one day compared to that is absolutely absurd. Steve. I understand that you love this country. I'm not questioning patriotism, but the hate for one guy because he loves this country so much
He
is
loves the
absolute
country.
bullshit. He does.
God, you're a fool.
How am I a fool? How am I a fool? You have Trump arrangements.
And then he doesn't make an argument. He's just calling him a fool.
You are taken in by a con man.
No, I'm not. I guess
he
what?
loves
I'm
the
not a
country.
Republican.
Trump
I'm not a
loves the
Democrat.
country.
You damn right he does. He's been saying it since the 80s, 90s on Letterman and all these shows.
He's a guy on September 11th who went down, said he was down there. He wasn't. He's a guy who called in on a radio. He said, now I got the tallest building in Lower Manhattan. He's a guy who lied about Muslims cheering it in New Jersey from Jersey City.
All right, pause. So this guy's greatest argument is Donald Trump wasn't there. He said he was there on Ground Zero, and he wasn't. He lied. Then he said he called in on a radio show bragging that he has the biggest building now. These are his best arguments. Let's fact check him really quick, all right? On September 13th, 2001, all right? September 13th, 2001, right there. Let's play it.
Now, just a few moments ago, Donald Trump passed through here, so we had a minute to talk with him. Let's
I
roll
thought
that
Donald
tape
Trump
and see
wasn't
what
there.
He had to say.
Well, I've never seen
Whoa,
anything
I
like
thought
it.
he
I've
wasn't
seen
there.
two huge 110-story buildings that are reduced to rubble. Thousands
Listen
and
to him.
thousands of
Listen to him.
lives. I just got to see something that I've never seen before. I have hundreds of men inside working right now, and we're bringing
Hundreds of
down
men
another
inside.
125 in a little while. And
125.
They've never done work like this before, and they're hardworking people, but they've never seen anything like it, and they've never done work like this before. It's terrible.
Tell me what it
So there you go. Donald Trump on the scene of 9/11 saying that he has 225 people coming in to help with all of the chaos that went on September 11th, right? Right there, Donald Trump. Then he mentions, he called in on a radio show bragging how he has the biggest, tallest building in New York now. Okay, all right, really? He was bragging? All right, that's he's a con artist.
Donald, you have one of the landmark buildings down in the financial district, 40 Wall Street. Did you have any damage, or did you know what's happened down there?
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people, and they said it's the most unbelievable.
That's it. Bro, the best argument you have is I need to blame Trump for every death in history. Two, he said he was on the Ground Zero during 9/11. Didn't have that wasn't true. He never went down there. And then he wants to say he went on a radio show bragging about it. And he says, you guys are being fooled. He's a con artist because I don't even know his logic at this point, man.
He is a con man. He is a liar. And that you have fallen for this bullshit.
I'm not falling for anything, Steve.
We just fact-checked it, Steve.
How about this, Steve? It didn't have to be Trump. What I love is that this dude sacrificed everything to pull back a curtain and tell the regular American.
What did Donald Trump sacrifice?
Time out. Guess
what?
what?
Did Donald Trump sacrifice?
His career,
His
he could
name?
go to prison. He could go to prison for what you guys want for the rest of his life.
He didn't even make money while he was
You know what it
president.
Steve, don't give me this breaking the law bullshit.
Huh?
He pulled open a curtain and let all of us see. The regular people. Look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news,
yeah.
Fake this.
Are you talking about the shower curtain where he had the country's most sensitive secrets?
what about Joe Biden, bro?
But
Is that the shower curtain?
Bro.
But Biden doesn't bother you?
Right,
They all
big
take
difference.
documents home.
Yeah.
They all take hold on. Were we in better
Mike
shape
Pence
now
had
than
the
when
same
Trump was
thing.
in?
He had
Are you
documents
happy
as
with
well.
what's going on? You and your Lincoln Project, but mind you, the biggest hypocrites, you guys were going after him for Russian collusion and tax evading. That's what you guys were doing.
Listen.
All your people, you were the only one that was innocent. The rest of them were perverted. One of them was a Russian agent. One of them owes $390,000 in a tax lien on his house, and the other guy went to court from American Express for not paying his $30,000 tax bill. You guys are the biggest hypocrites. The biggest hypocrites. You guys hate the man.
Bro, listen to that. He literally called out Steve Schmuck over here. Your Lincoln Project, literally what you accused Donald Trump of, his tax evasions, his Russian collusion, is exactly what your employees of the Lincoln Project were doing. Mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing. And what does he do? He has nothing to say back. Absolutely nothing.
You guys just hate the man, but the policies and what he
He's
did to this
shocked
country.
right now.
I'm happy. Listen, it didn't have to be him, Steve. It could have been a fucking turtle. He woke us up. Who died on January 6th? Who died? Who died?
Well, we have multiple suicides.
God,
from-
give me a-
Oh my God.
Wait, give me a
We have a lot of
multiple
damage.
on January 6th in the Capitol. Who died? I'm passionate because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, Steve. You're the one. You were cussing and talking shit. You're not gonna do that shit with me. I'm sorry, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are sitting here lying to millions of people about what happened on January 6th.
I'm lying.
Which was an attack on the country incited by the president. Watch the fucking
Why
video.
is he in jail for
That's all
inciting
he's
violence?
got.
He will
It's just
be
an
soon.
attack.
Is that the video?
Because
is that
of-
the
He will
video where
be.
he's like, go peaceful?
Yeah.
He's like, go in there,
Yeah.
be peaceful,
That's
don't
what
do shit.
happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys
And
just hate the person.
you guys don't seem to be a whack job like this.
And all he has
I'm
to
a-
do is just
I'm
resort
a
to name
whack.
calling.
But you know what it is, though, Steve? You know what it is? So for me, I want to respect the voter, and I think there are millions, if not tens, who feel like he does. I think
I don't give a how he feels, and this is
And I don't give a how you feel.
And this is
Period.
important. This is important because you can
this guy's a
watch
liar.
the video. You can watch the video. You can watch the actual video of the insurrectionists attacking the Capitol.
It's nowhere near as damaging as
real.
9/11, bro.
We're comparing what's worse.
Okay, here comes Adam Sosnik. Now, Adam is trying to play devil's advocate here. He's saying both of y'all are right in different ways, X, Y, Z, etc. Take a look.
Of a tragedy when they're both horrible tragedies.
What
so
tra-
who's right, who's wrong? You're right more symbolically. Correct.
Bro.
This is an attack on
No.
our democracy, the
No.
peaceful transfer of power.
Question for you.
Hear me out.
No, hang on
He's
a
saying-
second.
he's
Listen to
saying
me.
that
No,
it was-
hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're the judge of this.
Can I
You're
give my,
you're
can I
the
give my
judge of this
opinion?
to say he's wrong or he's
and
wrong.
I said, hold on, did I say it didn't? I said people weren't there. You said attack.
Yeah.
I said they were there. They were protesting.
You said it was a.
I didn't say it was
tour.
attack. No.
You
I
said it was.
No, it was
a
like
tour.
one.
No, I
You
said
said
it
it was like a
guiding
tour.
I
It
said
didn't look like a guided tour to me.
Yeah, what channel were you watching? CNN, MSNBC. I
God,
was
you-
watching undercover cameras.
You are a
Yeah, yeah.
five-star whack job,
Where,
man.
where Vinny is
Unbelievable.
right and wrong was
He's completely wrong.
Where I agree with what people say is, by definition, a lot of people would say that it wasn't literally a insurrection. Was it a riot? Was it
What people?
was it a violent protest?
It was an
Yes.
insurrection aimed at stopping the certification of the election constitutionally prescribed on January 6th. That's the purpose of it.
You can argue over semantics, because that's what I think.
It's
you're
not.
doing. I do
It's
not.
not.
hold-
It's
hold-
no.
can
No.
I-
No. No.
can
No.
I
No.
just
No.
speak
No.
What
for a
point
second?
are you making?
We're
Adam?
not. There's.
I'm saying
Make it a
It's not
point.
semantics.
I would love to make my point.
Go ahead, let's see what
if
it
I
is.
can finish my
Once make your point. Hurry up.
for once. So the point is, both days were piece of shit, fucking horrible days.
Oh, come on,
You know
bro.
it was not just a.
They're
guided
not equally
tour.
pieces
You know
of
that it was a
shit.
violent act of complete absurdity. It wasn't a guided tour, but at the same time, I don't think many people think that it was an actual insurrection. It was a horrible day in American history. Horrible day. It was not a tour through the Capitol. It was horrible. But at the same time, you have to
bro, it wasn't
understand
really that bad.
millions of Americans are going to see what you said about 9/11
Right.
and be shell-shocked by
Yeah,
the ramifications of what
that's
you're saying.
insane.
So
I
this is
think-
what I'm saying, that you're both right and wrong in your assessment.
I think millions of Americans will understand perfectly what I'm saying. I think millions of Americans
Democrats.
sadly are abused by people like you.
I'm abusing
who have a
Vinny's
platform
abusing me.
and communicate misinformation like you just did, are one of the people through your conspiracies who is poisoning the discourse and the ability of people to tell reality.
Yeah. Bro.
I want to say for the record, you're completely, absolutely, totally full of fucking shit.
Yeah,
When you
I love
say,
you too.
when you say,
I say what?
when you say
Yeah,
that
stop
that
getting
was
so close to me.
anything
Why you getting
other,
closer to me?
when that was anything
Michael, go use
other
your
than an
microphone.
insurrection.
Go use your microphone. And what? Guess what? I can say whatever I want because I'm an American.
by the way,
Say
reasonable
whatever I
question
want.
for you.
Yeah.
Reasonable question for you. What was and Adam? Here's a question for you. You said violent protest. You used those words
Twice. He
I
said
did.
violent
Yeah.
twice.
I did, yes.
You said J6 is violent.
Yes.
Was BLM protest violent?
So we're going to go to a
No,
separate
no. I'm
topic.
asking
curious.
you a
I'm
question.
question for you.
Yes, it was violent.
What's more violent, J6 or BLM riots? How many businesses went out of business, or how many businesses were trashed during
Antifa.
J6?
So now I have to defend BLM
You
now?
do because you
Okay.
used the word violent.
They were both violent.
No.
Just like 9/11
no, it's not.
was also a horrible day.
That's not how.
Just like January 6th.
No, that's not how
There's
it works.
levels. So
That's not how
only
this
one
works.
can be violent when the other one can't?
It's not.
And here, again, Adam, where he went wrong on this is that he's saying they're both equally tragedy, horrible days. There's levels to this, Adam. Okay, you can't. They're not even comparable. They're not even close. They shouldn't even be in the same sentence. The only reason they're having this discussion is because of Democrats like Kamala Harris that did a whole speech comparing January 6th to 9/11 and Pearl Harbor. Okay, this is, and of course we have people like Schmuck over here regurgitating those ridiculous talking points, bro. So when you have Adam here trying to play devil's advocate, it doesn't work like that, bro. You can go to the BLM riots. Those riots, because they're both riots, BLM had billions and billions of dollars in collateral damage. A lot of small mom and pop stores completely destroyed. And then on the other, buildings burned down. I mean, I think it was about 25 black people dying from BLM riots that nobody talks about, okay? January 6th, okay, you had a bunch of people just destroying the Capitol, ruining the Capitol, all right? Nobody died other than Ashley Gavitt. No justice was served for her. She was a Trump supporter, by the way. Again, this is a ridiculous conversation that the Democrats has brought to the door in order to justify their attack on Donald Trump. That's all it is.
Why
So
can't
January
you
6th was
understand?
peaceful and
have
only
to-
BLM was violent. I got it.
It was the most grotesque betrayal and abdication of presidential responsibility. It constitutionally disqualifies him, in my estimation, from holding office ever again.
Okay, so there you guys have it, man. This is one of the most intense, insane PBD episodes I think they've done in a very, very long time. And Vinny was really letting this guy, Steve Schmuck over here, having it. You know, Steve Never Trumper, Swamp Creature. I mean, call him what you will, because the guy's a straight up liar. He's going on there trying to lie his way into Donald Trump getting arrested, thrown in jail. So that way Donald Trump isn't able to run for the 2024 election. But hey, man, liars will be liars. That's what it is. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Project VOPod. I'm your host, Jake Varr, and Trump 2024. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.